Hello, it's been a while. This is Tatsuro. Thank you so much for always watching my videos. I am a 44-year-old company employee diligently working on hair loss treatment every day. Currently, I am taking 0.5 mg of finasteride and 5 mg of oral minoxidil daily. Other than that, I am not doing anything else at the moment. That's the current situation. Please take a look at the current condition of my scalp. How are you? The other day I got a haircut, but I'm concerned about the top of my head. Now, let's get into today's topic. This is a Chinese research paper published in 2022 by the British Dermatological Society. Between people who are bald and those who are not, it's a research paper that identifies two clear differences. I will explain it in an easy-to-understand manner, so there might be some nuances that seem a bit different. If anyone is concerned, please feel free to comment. As usual, I will post the papers I referred to in the description box, so if you want to know more details, please take a look. Now, when we talk about people who are bald and those who are not, the bald ones usually have AGA. So what are the differences among people with AGA? Well, this led to the planning of a project called TRANS. It is a comparative study known as transcriptome. This involves RNA genes. We extracted mRNA from both bald and non-bald individuals to compare and see how they differ. There was clearly a difference between people who are bald and those who are not. One is the β-catenin signaling pathway, a term you might often hear which is related to hair. It frequently appears in research papers on hair. This cell, you see, is involved in the process of hair formation. Since it's a bit of a complex term, I'll explain it simply. There is DNA, and then there is RNA, and RNA makes proteins. This DNA is located inside the cell nucleus, so it cannot directly make proteins. That's why RNA is made. And then that RNA produces proteins. This is like a factory. RNA acts as the factory, while DNA is like the blueprint. Because there is a blueprint, you can make things, right? So let's build a factory, create a workshop, and then you can make things. That's how proteins are produced. Beta-catenin, you see, receives instructions to wrap around this cell, right at the factory gate. Orders come in, like please make hair, or please make skin because it's protein, and also please make enzymes. So orders come in. Then, since the blueprint is held by DNA, in the cell nucleus it says, all right, let's make it. And then something called beta-catenin, which until now, I was shredding everything and throwing it away, you know. A lot of trash fell down. I thought I should take out the trash to keep things clean, so I was deleting it. It starts to accumulate beta-catenin, right? Then I realized, oh, this isn't trash. It's usable, isn't it? And when it accumulates, the DNA starts to work. We create RNA, set up a workspace, and then say, all right, let's make hair, issuing various commands. That's how it is. When we produce proteins, well, it's like making hair, although there are many other things as well. Think of RNA as something like a workspace. The beta-catenin signaling pathway refers to those commands. If this command is weak, orders won't come in, so this RNA won't function either. The factory won't produce anything because there are no orders, and even if they did, it wouldn't sell. So they won't produce anything, and that's the point. First, this β-catenin signaling pathway becomes necessary. By activating this, the factory will start working. First of all, there's the idea that bald people are weak because they are bald. Well, they don't produce hair, you know. There's no order, so there's no production, and that's why they're bald. Another difference between people who are bald and those who are not is this. It's referred to as HIF, you see. It is generally referred to as HIF1, which stands for hypoxia-inducible factor. It is a type of protein that becomes activated when oxygen levels are low. When oxygen levels decrease, it adapts and becomes activated, making it a rather strong and reliable protein. For people who are balding, it means that there is less of it. Conversely, when treatment is applied, it is observed that it was working effectively on the treated scalp. Therefore, this W-ant beta-catenin pathway was also working effectively after the treatment. This Chinese research team, you see this, the two are related to baldness, those who are bald and those who are not. It was concluded that baldness occurs because of weakness. So let's reverse these two. We proceeded with the research on the premise that if you make it work by any means, baldness can be improved, and maybe AG can be cured. First, it was discovered that activating the beta-catenin signaling pathway led to an increase in hair. Another thing, this is referred to as HFI, and it has been discovered that increasing and activating it leads to hair growth. This finding is remarkable because in previous AGA treatments, it was unclear which nutrients or equipment were truly related to hair growth. However, it has now been discovered that HIFI is indeed related to hair growth, which is a significant breakthrough. This discovery is a major advancement. With this, there is an expectation that future research and further development will progress. But hold on a moment. How do we activate it? Yes, I understand that. But how exactly do we activate this β-catenin or HF? These are difficult terms. Upon investigating how to activate the factory, I found out. Please listen. To get the factory up and running, the question is what would be good to activate it. And this involves the beta-catenin pathway. We understand that diet is important and there are several other factors, but first and foremost, diet involves vitamin D and polyphenols, particularly those found in green tea. It is said that things like theanine and curcumin, which is often found in turmeric, are good. Also, omega-3 fatty acids. These are oils found in walnuts and fish. Additionally, there is opium. This one here. It's originally said to be good for hair growth, but it also activates this factory. It is known to increase hair growth. And then there's exercise, especially this. Strength training and anaerobic exercises are considered beneficial, with full body exercises like squats being particularly effective. Another important factor is sunbathing, which is involved in the production of vitamin D. It is recommended to do this for 15 to 30 minutes a day. This is considered to be the best approach. Additionally, it is said that stimuli such as massages and brushing are beneficial. This also serves to activate the transmission pathways. Furthermore, it is known that ingredients in medications such as minoxidil are effective. It is a well-known fact that activating the transmission pathway in this β-catenin pathway activates cells and increases hair growth, and this result supports that. Additionally, there is something called FGF9, which is related to hair growth. However, there is a tendency that it cannot be administered and it cannot be taken. So, how can we increase it? By stimulating it with things like derma rollers and microneedles. It is understood that this activates something called GF9. It's like giving instructions to the factory to work actively and to place orders successfully. So it means we should place an order with this microneedle. And as for the first difficult HIF version, to activate the protein that works under low oxygen conditions, the answer is, as the name suggests, to create a low oxygen environment. It's obvious, but going to a high altitude area with low oxygen levels is quite simple but impressive. It's said that the oxygen is thin at the top of mountains, and this is considered effective. By When you go to the top of a mountain and experience a low oxygen state, it activates the HIF version, which is known to increase hair growth. Additionally, there is also a method called interval breathing, where you intentionally slow down your breathing. This creates a temporary low oxygen state, which is also considered effective, they say. It is said that anaerobic exercise is also good, as it temporarily puts the muscles in a low oxygen state. It is said that this is effective as a full body workout. It is generally believed that strength training is beneficial, although overdoing it can have the opposite effect. However, moderate strength training is indeed effective. Additionally, diet plays a significant role, particularly with a substance called resveratrol, which is found in red wine. It's an element found in grape skins and peanuts. Also, quercetin is found in onions, apples, and green tea. Furthermore, curcumin is similar, generally found in the same dietary context. Lastly, there's betaine, a nutrient found in spinach and beets. These other ones induce a temporary hypoxic state and apply stress to activate and stimulate hair growth. Yes, when this HIF-1 is activated and a hypoxic state occurs, it is understood that hair follicle cells proliferate. By the proliferation of cells, the factory increases, allowing for the mass production of hair. That's what they say. It also helps with defect applications. So in that case, this means that by increasing the number of defect applications, we can supply a lot of nutrients. We send a lot of people and materials to the factory, you see. That's why the factory becomes more active. And salaries can be raised significantly, which means generating a flow of blood. That's what it means. Increasing blood flow is really a good thing because it ensures nutrients are delivered properly. However, temporarily stopping blood flow is also considered necessary in this hypoxic condition, which is why it's regarded as beneficial. Things like saunas, going into a sauna and then into cold water. This process of relaxing and contracting the blood vessels, when they contract, it creates a momentary state of low oxygen. This stimulates and activates the anxiety related to AGA. It's important to relax and provide nutrients, which is said to be very beneficial. Additionally, through massage, temporarily applying pressure to stop blood flow like this is also effective. It has been found that doing it and then letting it flow again is also effective. Things that have been said to be good since ancient times are scientifically proven to be beneficial, and we are beginning to understand on what kind of operational basis they are effective. That's what it means. So you see, this is why it's not that doing this will improve things, but it turns out that massages, which were said to be almost unrelated to AGA, are not entirely unrelated. This is what we have come to understand. It's not that massaging will make your hair grow, but there is some evidence that it has a supplementary effect on hair growth. That is the situation. And then you see, overdoing it can become a problem, especially with low oxygen exercises. Overdoing muscle training or being in a low oxygen state can lead to this AGF by becoming overly activated, which can also be an issue. This leads to an increase in cells and the formation of more structures. When more structures form, sometimes defective ones are produced, In that case, what we call cancer cells will emerge. In that case, many cancer cells will be ordered. As a result, if cancer cells spread throughout the world, it could lead to things like car accidents. If they cause accidents and proliferate, it could lead to irreversible consequences. Initially mentioned luck and the beta-catenin signaling pathway. This instruction too, if overdone, can cause a panic in the cells, leading to an increase in cancer cells. It is understood that, I would like to add that too much of anything can be harmful. Even sunbathing, if overdone, is known to be harmful to the skin. Everything is together, but balance is important. What do you all think? If you have any opinions or thoughts on this topic, please feel free to share. Feedback. We welcome anything and everything. If you found this discussion even slightly helpful or interesting, I would be delighted if you could give it a high rating. Thank you so much as always, and please feel free to leave a comment. To everyone, thank you so much as always. Your high ratings are a great encouragement. Truly, truly, this channel exists thanks to all of you. Thank you. Thank you so much, as always. I will continue to report on the progress of my own hair loss treatment. As I continue with my hair loss treatment, I would like to share with you all the knowledge and information I have researched based on academic papers. I would be grateful if you could subscribe to the channel. Additionally, I will link past videos related to this topic in the description, so please refer to them if you would like to know more. That's all for this time. Thank you very much for watching until the end. It's about time for the pollen season to start, but regarding pollen allergy has the effect of reducing the iron content in the body, leading to an iron deficiency due to this inflammation. It is known that iron deficiency can cause hair loss, and we are entering the season of shedding. Due to pollen, it is also understood that allergic reactions can cause scalp inflammation, making hair more prone to falling out. Additionally, it is known that hair may not grow back normally, so especially during this time, we want to focus on prevention. And even if your hair thins during this pollen season, there's no need to be pessimistic. Once the pollen subsides again, hair growth will return, so continue with the usual DHT measures. I believe it's fine as long as you continue with hair thinning prevention and AGA measures. Let's keep going without change. I'm grateful to be able to work on AGA measures together with everyone as always. Thank you very much for watching until the end. Farewell.